Hi, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Susan Lynn. I'm a psychic and a medium. I don't know if you can see how I'm barely containing my glee right now. Yes, there they are, folks. There are the glitter cannons. I am going to use them, but I need to give you a little update. So today is the day, supposedly, that the big indictment is coming down, and I don't think it is coming down, and that's why I'm doing this video. There is a standoff happening here, and the Alvin Bragg, all of them. What is a trident? Okay, I meant to look this up, but isn't a trident like that? The guides were telling me that there's a trident forming. And so you might say that the 3 points of that trident would be Bragg and Fanni Willis, and potentially, who knows who the third one is. It could be Jack Smith. It could be Garland. It could be Tish James. It could be E. Jean Carroll. There's a lot going on right now. And all these arrows, remember the 100 arrows, they're all pointing at Trump, right? But right now, we're going to stay with this trident because the problem is they're moving around the power centers. Whatever the point of the trident is, that is changing. Now, this is on design because they want Trump to not know who's going to take him down. I'm not worried about Fanni Willis and those nut jobs in her state government that want to take her out. I'm not worried about that. She's not worried about it. I go into her energy. She's not worried about it. She's worried about losing a few pounds. That's what she's worried about. If you want to be honest, that's what I just did. I went into her energy. She's thinking about what she should be eating and what she shouldn't be eating. She's not worried about Trump. She's not worried about these knuckleheads in the state government. Could not care less. Okay, now we have real reason to believe that this is happening soon. Last night, they put up the bike racks, quote unquote, that are sort of like barricades. We know they don't work. We know they became actually violent projectiles. But anyway, they're putting up the bike racks. You know what that does is create a demarcation, right? It creates a zone that if anybody goes over that line, well, then we know, like a lot of the people that have been brought before judges that went over that line during Jan 6, that you're going to be found out. Eventually, you're going to be hunted down. You're going to be indicted. You're likely going to end up in prison. So those bike racks that Capitol Police are putting out right now are to send a message. We're not playing. We understand what's happening. We get it. Now, the other thing that's happened, it was reported that all police, New York police officers, even those that are undercover, wear their uniforms today. Everybody in a uniform. Now, that's very interesting, isn't it? That suggests that they're expecting to have a potential where people could be not mistaken as police officers, or, be mistaken as not police officers. And they want every police officer to be readily identifiable as a police officer. So those things are going down. Now, that means that we're getting close. Now, once again, it doesn't matter to me if he gets indicted today, tomorrow, or Thursday, or even Friday. It doesn't matter to me because every day that goes by, Trump is on tenterhooks. Every day that goes by, he is sweating. Now, doesn't that make you feel good? Because it makes me feel wonderful. Now, you notice I didn't start this video out by saying that I'm channeling my spirit guides, right? I started this out saying I'm gleeful. So lucky you get more of Susan and less of them. But I am reporting actual news. So it's not like I'm making this stuff up. I'm just saying that I want to be able to celebrate and not have my spirit guides control my glee. So that's that. I also want to just tell you a few other things that are really interesting. There's some really interesting developments happening. I actually would love to do this more often, but I'm just so busy. We have Trump on his Truth Social platform. Now, this is a screenshot of his Truth Social platform. I have not seen this with my own eyes, but it was shared by Ron Filipkowski, who is a well-known author of books, and he is well-known. I think he's ex-CIA or FBI. We're very well vetted. So I trust it when he shares a screenshot. So this screenshot says, and this is from Donald Trump, allegedly, truth, they're not tweets. He calls them truths. Says Ron DeSanctimonious will probably find out about false accusations and fake stories, all caps, sometime in the future. This gets really good. Listen to this. As he gets older, wiser, and better known, meaning Trump is the older, wiser, better known here, when he's unfairly and illegally attacked by a woman, oh, it gets better, even a classmate that are underage, quote unquote, or possibly a man, I'm sure he will want to fight these misfits just like I do. So what he's intimating here, is that, I don't know, maybe Ron DeSanctimonious kind of had a little fling with a man or a boy or an underage girl, or we're not sure. Now, he sent this out last night. Now, since Ron DeSanctimonious has come back and made a joke about Trump and sort of half-heartedly supported him up until this morning when Ron DeSanctimonious did that, he had been quiet, crickets, not weighed in one way or the other on what is happening to Trump or one way or the other. So Trump took a little stab at him last night, and that seems to have gotten a response from him. Whether or not that's going to be enough of a response to make Trump feel heard, I kind of doubt it. But wow, that's quite a statement. Possibly a man. Wow. I got to tell you, things are they're heating up, and that's why I wanted to do this. I want to also share just a few more news tidbits. House Republicans have introduced a bill to repeal the $35 cap on insulin. I could not personally devise a better way for them to have shot themselves in their feet than that. Imagine Americans finally being able to afford insulin. Republicans and Democrats, believe it or not, there's quite a few Republicans that don't have a lot of money. And then imagine that reasonably priced insulin that's life-saving, something you need to live, gets yanked back from you by Republicans. Again, I know this stuff scares you guys. It shouldn't scare you. All they have to do is pass one of these bills, which they won't because Biden will veto it. But they're handing the Democrats prize-worthy fodder for re-election. If the Democrats don't pick this up and run with it, then we need to find other Democrats that will, because this is the truth about the Republican Party. They don't care about people, period, end of story. We already know that. I'm just telling you, instead of being upset and fearful, this is going to be the end of the Republicans. If they actually were successful in doing something to harm or hamper Social Security, it would be the end of them. End of story. The end of them. So we really don't need to worry about this. This is all just crazy talking on their behalf. But truthfully, it's really going to help the Democrats more than anything. Now, this is the thing that made me want to do the video. To be honest, I wanted to give you an update about Trump. I mean, he's going to get indicted. We talked about head fakes. We talked about Fanni Willis going after him, even potentially before Alvin Bragg. The Trident. I'm not sure which of these energies are going to be the one to do the first takedown. They could even get him to fly to New York and then call him to Georgia. The idea is to keep him guessing. The idea is to keep the press guessing. The idea is to keep his followers guessing. And it's brilliant. It's absolutely, it gives me hope that the Democrats have strategy. It truly gives me hope, like something's happened and they've woken up and they now know how to literally be strategic. So I think this is brilliant. I'm happy to wait. Every day I wait, Trump is waiting. And I'm not nearly as scared as he is. I'm enjoying this wait, to be honest with you. Every day that goes by, the depends, diapers stack up higher and higher. So I'm good. I'm good. Okay, so here's this big news story. It's going to get legs. Listen, the guides told you that Fox was going to go kaboom. They told you it was going to break apart. And here's more evidence. And God knows, when we get rid of Trump, we've got to get rid of Fox. Fox is worse than Trump. It is insidious. It is propaganda. This is my opinion for entertainment purposes only. It's entertainment. It's not news. Okay? So here's what is breaking. Abby Grossberg, who is the Fox News producer, she's one of the higher ranking producers. Now, she recently has been producing Tucker Carlson. Okay, now I know, but listen to this because it's beautiful. Truly, it's beautiful. She is alleging that she was coerced by Fox News into providing misleading testimony in regards to the Dominion case. Now, could we extrapolate that she lied under oath for Fox? I mean, is that what she's saying? Is she trying to back up and say, well, what happened was I was made to give this testimony, and now that it looks like I might be considered for perjury, I want to make the record a little more clear, and I want everybody to understand what happened. Now, she went full on gonzo on Fox News, and she's suing them. Now this lawsuit is, now, of course, they're countersuing her, and she's on leave. Listen to this. In her lawsuits, now apparently there are plural, Grossberg also made a number of eye-popping allegations about the workplace environment at Fox News, accusing the network of rampant sexism. So she's just gone all out, right? She's talking about, hey, I was coerced in making these statements about Dominion. Who else is going to start saying they were coerced in making these statements about Dominion? Tucker? Anybody? Tucker? Want to add anything to this? Absolutely. These people were coerced. She's the one who's got the ovaries to come and state it. She says, now, there's a little bit of sour grapes here. She says she indicated that she was passed over for a top job on Bartiromo's show because the network preferred it to be a male. And she says that Fox News executives referred to the Sunday morning's Futures host as a crazy bitch and menopausal. When she began to work on Tucker Carlson's show, she said the environment was horrific. She said on her first day, she learned the show's workplace was decorated with large photos of then House Speaker Nancy Pelosi in a plunging bathing suit revealing her cleavage. So they decorated the set at Fox News with pictures of, is she 80 something? An octogenarian Democrat Speaker of the House in a bathing suit with her cleavage showing? I mean, these people are messed up in the head. I mean, what? So this is what she alleges. This is what she says that the show was, decorated with on her first day. She said she was mortified by what she was witnessing and began to experience a sinking feeling in her stomach that it became apparent just how pervasive the misogyny and the drive to embarrass and objectify women was among the male staff at the Tucker Carlson Tonight show, according to the lawsuit. Yeah. Okay. I would say to you that this is going down, that this is going down, folks. Fox News is imploding from the inside, the interior, right? She goes on to say the lawsuit continued to describe a culture at Carlson's program in which women were subjected to crude terms in which jokes about Jewish people were made out in the open. Grossberg named Carlson and members of his staff in the lawsuit. Her attorney says that she has ample documentary evidence in all forms, people, to support a broad swath of allegations made in the lawsuit. She says that she believed it was the only step she had left to regain her pride and save her career and expose the lies and deceit that she witnessed for years on two of Fox News' biggest shows. Okay. Anti-Semitic, anti-woman, coerced into making comments that potentially she did not believe herself in a trial. Was she on the witness stand? Did she perjure herself? I mean, wow. I'm telling you guys, there's a lot of news. There's a lot of good stuff. Good stuff happening. So much to be gleeful about. Here's another one. Now, I have not looked this up, but I do trust this source. This person says, holy shite. Texas Governor Greg Abbott is now under investigation for human trafficking migrants by the D.C. Attorney General. Yeah, more good news. There's so much good news. And there's more. There's even more that I haven't even... Oh, here's another one. Trump loses final bid to keep key evidence out of rape trial by HuffPost. Trump loses final bid to keep key evidence out of rape trial. You guys, I bring to you today greetings of joy. We may not get him today. We may not get him till tomorrow. There's a slim chance we may have to wait till Friday. It does not mean he's going to get away. It does not mean he's going to get off. For those of you that want to say that, want to believe that, that's your prerogative. I get it. This has been a hard number of years. I get it. But it's going to happen. It's happening. It's happening, folks. I will just leave you with this. It costs money to do these things that the NYPD are doing. They don't spend money unless there's really very serious potential for Trump being arraigned there. So there's key things that are happening that I want you to know about that indicate that this is really going to go down. So try to just give us the week. It's Tuesday. I don't know when it's going to go down because when I go into the energy, it's like, who's on first? Somebody, first I see Alvin Bragg, and then I see Fanni Willis, and then I see Jack Smith, and I don't know who's going to go first. I really don't. If I had to ask the guides right at this very minute, the energy is Fanni Willis. And that's what they've been saying. But it could be a head fake. Let's get everything prepared in DC and in New York City. Let's get everything prepared like we're expecting this big thing, and then send his butt to Atlanta. And I can see a scenario where he gets on his Trump plane and they take off. I can see a scenario where the Secret Service takes his phone from him so that he cannot let people know where he's going. I don't care. I don't know if that's legal or not. I don't know. They could have a warrant to take his phone from him based on the arraignment. They could have a warrant that is a gag order, and as part of the gag order, they could take his phone. Therefore, he could end up landing in Atlanta while telling everybody he's going to land in New York City. Buckle up, Buttercup. It's about to get wild in here. Except for this time, it's going to be justice that's getting wild. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned. I'll stay tuned. We'll all stay tuned. Meanwhile, we're going to be chill. All right? We'll talk soon. For entertainment purposes only.